Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we're going to discuss about the GLU activation function, which is short for gated linear units. So this was proposed in a paper called Language Modeling with Gated Convolutional Networks. Okay, so this is the network that we have, and now suppose we want to activate this layer, and this layer has a dimensionality of d. So here in this example, we're assuming that d equals to 2. So in order to activate this layer with a GLU, then basically we're going to make its output double its dimension. So this is double its dimension, which is d times 2, which is 4. So it's going to output 4 neurons. And then we're going to split these 4 neurons into 2 halves. The first half acts as the original layer's output, and the second half is going to be followed by a sigmoid activation function. And then we're going to element-wise multiply this sigmoid activated output with the first half of the network. So after we perform the multiplication, then we get back a gated result of this output, which is the original layer's output, which is considered as activated. So where is the non-linearity coming from? It's coming from the sigmoid activation function. Okay, this gate that we're constructing, when we're multiplying it with this output, with the first half, then we're adding some nonlinearity from the gate. So after this first half is multiplied with the sigmoid activation of the second half, then basically this multiplication output is considered as activated. And we get back a dimensionality of d. So here we're going to output d times 2, split it into 2 halves, and then run the second half of the sigmoid, element-wise multiply it with the first half, and then we get back our layer of dimensionality d activated. So this is the equation for it. We're going to learn 2 sets of weights for each layer, W1 and W2. So the input is x, this is our input x, and then we run our input x through the first layer, and we get back this. And we then run our input x, the same input x, through the second layer, and we get this right here. And then we're going to run this through a sigmoid activation function, run the second layer, the output of the second linear layer W2. We're going to run it through a sigmoid activation function. So here is the sigmoid function, and then we're going to multiply it with the output of the first linear layer, which is right here. So we're going to multiply it with the sigmoid outputs. Okay, so that's it for gated linear units. And finally, if you're interested to read the whole paper, this is the paper of GLU, so you can definitely go through it if you're interested. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.